Okay, I think.
Are we good?
Yep, we're good. Now, Jack, are you on your way to the gym? No, I am not. I am on my way to my brother's house. I apologize for the inconsistency of the workout videos. I'm home for a little bit, so I'm trying to make my trips around to make sure that I'm seeing everybody before I go back out of town to where I won't see them again for a while. So a little inconsistent with working out videos, but so I get my cardio in, and I'm still posting a video every day, and that's the main thing right now. So let's give it a couple more days. As soon as I'm back in Texas, we'll get back into the loop of things, and every day will be a lifting video, and once in a while a talk video. But like I said, I'm home for a little bit, so schedule's a little crazy, but I'm still posting every day. And today we're going to be talking about, oh boy, this part of the road is always dodgy. So, I want to make sure my camera doesn't fall. My camera and my phone doesn't fall. I think we'll be good in a second here. Okay, we should be set. I remember last conversation video we had, we were talking about splits, and now we're going to talk about the reasons for the splits. I should have dove a little deeper into it last time, but I kind of went onto a tangent. But I've sort of talked about this before. Giving your body enough time to rest, recover, recuperate, and all that. That's sort of where the splits come into play. Now, the reason for the splits is because you're hitting the certain body parts on certain days, and after you have finished your 5 to 7 to however many days split, you just restart and you go over again. So, depending on what you're doing, if you're doing a push-pull legs, you're doing chest try, back by, legs, and then you restart again on Thursday. Chest try, back by, legs. That'll take you to Saturday. Sunday you rest, still do your cardio, and then Monday it just restarts, you pick it back up again. Now with the Arnold split, it's the same thing. It's chest back, then arms and shoulders, legs and abs, then I'm pretty sure it resets again on Thursday. Chest back, arms, shoulders, legs, and abs. And the 7th day, you rest. So you're splitting up your body parts into different days instead of just hitting an upper day and then a downer day. With the Arnold split, I was doing it for a little bit. I didn't really like hitting chest and back in the same day because, I kind of want to keep the pump, the tension and everything in like one area. I don't want to just blow chest and then hit back immediately after, because I feel like I'm kind of winded already from hitting chest. So, depending on what split you do, you're hammering just that one body part, or if you're doing like chest try, you're hammering those body parts because usually you're hitting them in the movements. Like when you're benching, whether you're incline, you're flat, dumbbell, it doesn't matter. When you're benching, you're using your chest, but you're also using your triceps and a little bit of your shoulders, because just think about it, you're pushing it up. Yeah, you're using your chest muscles to push it up, but at the same time, you're using your triceps to help stabilize and to help you just a little bit when you're going up. So you're isolating different body parts on those days. And a good way to think about it is your blood is rushing to whatever that you're hitting. That's why sometimes if you're hitting, let's just say biceps, your biceps feel warm, or they feel thick, they feel heavy. They may even be a little bit different pigment of your normal skin tone. You kind of saw in my arm day yesterday, my arms were like red. Well, that's because I was hammering them super hard, and I was getting a lot of blood flow into them. So that's why they're a little bit different in color, and they were really warm because all that blood is rushing into the body parts that you're hitting. And so that's where like the pump is from, that crazy pump that you get. It's because all that blood is in that one singular spot, and that's why it feels thick. or that's why it's super veiny, because you have all that blood rushing, pushing your veins up against your skin. And if you have a lower-ish body fat percentage, your veins will show more. Now, it's pretty easy to have a lower body fat in your arms, because it's naturally vascular, really. Like, you could be a big dude, but still have forearm veins. There's not a lot of fat that carries in your arms. There could be. I mean, I'm not saying there's no fat in your arms, but usually, if you work out regularly and stuff, you'll tend to see veins in your forearms, sometimes your biceps, shoulders, depending if you are a bit more vascular than others. A lot of fat could carry around your stomach, like your waistline. Me, for example, I carry a good amount of fat around my waistline. It could carry in your chest too. Some people will say, oh, well, he has gyno. It may just be fat. You haven't gotten lean enough yet to where the fat's completely out of your pecs. Now, if you get down to a super low body fat percentage and there's still a little bit of puffiness or chunk in there, then you may have gyno. That could just be either from supplement use. We all know what type of supplement use. You could develop it. Or, you were a very, very big person, a heavy set person, you lost some weight, and it's just decided to sit there. Or if you were a kid, just baby fat that never really went away, or like young children's fat that never really went away, that's stored there. There's a couple of different things that gyno could come from. There are certain things that you could take to help reduce it, and in some cases it works. In other cases, you just need surgery for it. Now, that's for most case scenarios. You could take certain supplements to help reduce it or get it down a little bit, but unfortunately, in a lot of cases, surgery is the only way to go to get rid of it completely. Now, once you get rid of it, it could always come back if you either gain a lot of weight or if you take supplements again. It could flare up again, because if you're taking certain supplements, your estrogen levels boost a little bit. And I mean, essentially that's why they call them like man titties, because men have testosterone and women have estrogen. Well, if you take certain supplements that could raise your estrogen levels in a man, that could build up a little bit of fat, making it look like, okay, you have a little bit of a women boobie action going on. That could be, like I said, the supplement use. Because for a man, our estrogen levels, if our testosterone levels and everything are normal, and our estrogen levels, everything's normal, then we don't get tits because our estrogen levels aren't that high. Women have it, obviously, because their estrogen levels are high, and testosterone levels aren't the same as men. So you take supplements, you raise your test levels, there's a possibility of raising your estrogen levels. If you're not watching that and, monitoring it, you could build up a little bit of chunk there, getting some man titties. And like I said, if that's what happens, most case scenarios, you need surgery to get rid of it, and nobody wants that. But anyways, going off on another tangent here. Back to splits. We were talking, blood flow, pump, and all that. I like to just hammer specific body parts. Like on my chest days, I'll do shoulders as well. When I'm working my chest, I'm hitting a bit of shoulder too. Sure, I'm hitting my triceps as well, but I like to hammer triceps when I'm doing my biceps, because the blood is only going to be in this area, just my arm alone. So that's why I hit certain body parts on certain days together, because I want my blood flow all in one area. I want to make sure that place is pumped alone, so that I can get the best pump possible, the best workout possible, and that's the only area that I'm hitting. So on my chest and shoulder days, I'm ripping apart my chest. I'm just doing everything that I can to get as much blood flow and activation as possible in there. And then once I've achieved pump, or achieved pass failure, however you want to put it, then I'll bang out my shoulders a little bit, just try and hit those as hard as I can, get some blood flow in there. But my blood is all in here, and then it just goes up a little bit to here and here. It's relatively in the same area. Now when I'm hitting back, I'm hitting my back, rear delt, and traps. that's all connected together. And when I'm doing certain back movements, I'm kind of activating all of it. There are certain movements where you hit lats more, where you hit your rear delt more, where you hit your chaps more. Like, it all depends. There's a science behind all of it. Oh, there's different muscles in your lats. There's different muscles in the entirety of your back, blah, blah, blah. I'll do movements to try and hammer them all at once. That's why I like doing rows or pull downs, because like that's lat activated, but I'm still working the entirety of my back when doing those movements. At least I feel that I am. So you could dive deeper into it once, there's the whole science behind it. Once I start getting into actually bodybuilding and such, then I'm going to, go a little bit deeper into it and start hitting specific points of body parts if I need to either tone them out a little bit or define them a little more. Then I'll get a little bit more technical. But for now, when I'm hitting back, I want to just hammer my whole back. I want to hit, obviously, my lats, my rear delts, and my traps. That's the main of it. That's when you lat spread. Obviously, you're hitting lats, so it's going to make you look wide. If you're hitting your traps up top, it'll make you look thick up top too, like a thick neck. Everybody likes a thick neck. And then your rear delts too. Rear delts are really good for when you're hitting like the side chest poses, or if you're hitting like a back lat spread or whatever. If you got some crazy rear delts, people will see that. You don't want them to be too insane to where it's overpowering your back. But if you have your rear delts are looking good, along with your lats and everything else, it all just kind of goes together. So, what are we at? We're at about 12 minutes. Okay. So yeah, my back days, I want all the blood flow in one area. And then we'll get to legs now. You could say, oh, well, I want a quad focused day, or I want a hamstring focused day, which is fair. Like I said, once I get, deeper into bodybuilding and I'm trying to focus on certain body parts, then I will do a quad focused day and a hamstring focused day. But for now, I'm just trying to hit it all. Like, I'm trying to just get it all as pumped up as possible. And I mean, there will be days where I'm kind of, quad focused or hamstring focused a little bit, but I'll still squat, which is hitting everything, or hack squat, hitting everything. I'll do leg extensions and leg curls, it's hitting the quads and the hamstrings. But I'm still keeping the blood in one area. Like, I'm not squatting and then going to do some upper body right afterwards. There are some studies that have shown if you do a little bit of leg exercises before your upper body days, you get a better workout from it, you get a better pump from it. I've done it sometimes, like I did it before, back when I was in high school for football and stuff. I mean, if that's something that you want to do or you enjoy doing, by all means, go for it. Again, I want to keep my blood in one area. I want to keep that blood flow just circulating in that one spot. I don't want to fluctuate. So you won't really catch me doing it much. Other people swear by it. It is what it is. It's whatever you like, whatever you enjoy doing. So I'm just putting it out there. That's something that you could try. I've done it before, and I mean, it's good, but I feel I get just as good a pump, if not better, than hitting legs alone and then hitting my upper body parts alone. Like, it's not mandatory. You don't need to do it. But so legs, same thing. You want to keep everything in one area. And I already talked about arms. When I'm pumping arms, I want to hit my biceps and my triceps because it's all just this one spot. And I want to hammer it as hard as I can and just have that blood flowing in the entirety of my arm. Like, you could do back and bi and chest and tri, which is fine because you're still hammering it. But when I'm doing bis and tris, just the blood flow in this whole area, it's circulating and it's crazy. You're going to flex and you almost can't even touch your shoulder because there's so much blood flow going on through your bicep and your forearm a little bit. When you're hitting triceps, like, you are activating your biceps a little bit because, I mean, you're trying to squeeze your tris as hard as you possibly can, especially all the way down. You're squeezing as hard as you can, and you want to keep that squeeze as you're going up. So you're activating your biceps just a little bit because, because you're squeezing super hard. And you can't really squeeze your tricep super hard without squeezing your bicep just a little bit. So your biceps are already pumped up. It feels thick as hell. Now your triceps getting that pump. So the blood is just going through the entirety of your arm, and essentially your arm is like raising up from your side, not all the way up like that. But if you're pumped hard enough, your arms are raising a little bit because they're super, super tight. Your muscles are trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And so your arm's raising a little bit because of the amount of blood flow that you have circulating throughout it. There's nothing better than that, honestly. Like, I love nothing more than the pump of an arm day or a chest day, back day, even legs. Like just walking around on a leg day and your legs are just so pumped up and they just feel heavy, and you're walking around and you could just feel your muscles flexing and shit. That's awesome. Or if you're just walking around in your chest, you don't even have to push it up. It's just naturally just thick. Like you can feel that it's thick as hell and you're just walking around. Like that's fucking sweet. We're keeping that one in for emphasis. Same thing on your back days. You're just walking around, obviously not like this, but you're walking around just a little wider than usual because you got blood rushing throughout the whole thing and you just feel like warm and wide. Like that's awesome. And then arm day, obviously, your veins are popping out, especially if you have your pump cover off. Your veins are absolutely popping. You know, you're just walking around. They feel thick. Your forearms are juiced to the max. You got your veins, flaring out. There's nothing better than that, honestly. And if you say, oh, well, it's not that good, you haven't had a good enough pump then, because you should want nothing more than just the best, juiciest pump and leaving that gym thinking, damn, this shit kind of hurts because of how pumped up you are. If you have not been able to go through one of those, then I feel sorry for you a little bit. Like those are the best, especially sometimes if you're working out with a buddy like my buddy John, when I'm with him again back in Texas. There's nothing better than just having the juiciest pumps, and we're just looking at each other. See, it sounds a little sus, but we're just looking at each other, both pumped up, and it's crazy. And then we're like, oh, my arms are bigger today, or, oh, no, my arms are bigger today, blah, blah, blah. Just messing with each other, have a little bit of friendly banter. There's nothing better than that, obviously. Pumping with your buddy. But that's that. We're at about 18 minutes. I'm going to edit down this video a little bit because I'm pausing a little bit and messing up my words. But I'm going to cut the video here. Hopefully put it around 16, 17 minutes. I don't know. Video has been concluded. Again, I apologize for the inconsistency with the videos. It is so foggy outside. I can barely see ahead of me. You all can see it a little bit. But anyways, apologize for the inconsistency of the videos. As soon as I get back to Texas, I'll get things rolling again, but I'm just trying to make my trips, seeing everybody that I can before I leave for Texas, because I'm not going to see them again for a while. So that's that. Tomorrow we're hitting legs. I got more time tomorrow to do some stuff. So tomorrow we're banging legs. That's that. So video's been concluded, and I'll catch you all with legs.